All right.
Okay, so let's play a game.
Let's play it. It's really simple. It's called Do You Know Me? I'm gonna ask some questions. Does Steve-O this? Has Steve-O ever done that? And don't answer right away. We're gonna guess. Okay. And if you have an anecdotal story on any of these answers, feel free. If not, just say yes or no to the answer, and we'll move on. Do you know me? With Steve-O. Real softball question to lead off. Does Steve-O ever sing in the car?
Wait, you don't answer.
Don't answer. Well, right off the bat, he has maybe, but it doesn't sound like it's a go-to.
No, maybe more of like a book on tape in the car kind of person, I think. So I'm going to say no.
I think he sings.
I definitely have.
Okay.
I definitely have. I don't know if the question is, do I do it all the time? But
Do you ever got caught kind of dancing at a stoplight? I have.
Totally.
Like you're just jamming out, just here we go, and then you look and you're just like, oops.
Yeah.
That's one area where I don't think I'm particularly self-conscious.
Does Steve-O stan any celebrities? What's that? Like you have a celebrity crush?
Like he's a fan.
Like when you're obsessed with them.
Stan is an Eminem reference to the
you know the song?
That comes from an Eminem.
Yeah.
An Eminem song about a fan who wrote, I
who
wrote
stalked him.
Yeah. So Stan is
song.
when you're like a creepy, like super fan kind of stalker.
So have you stalked any celebrities?
I think now it's become more
Yes.
like, do you go to bat for them? Yeah. Like, are they a celebrity you don't just like, but you would like defend them?
I guess my big Stan thing, and it's a pretty well-known story. When I was a little kid in 1987, and I was a huge Motley Crue fan, and Motley Crue came to my town on Girls, Girls, Girls tour. And I saw in the news that they were in town the day before the concert. So I was like, dude, they're in a fucking hotel and I know it. And I called every hotel in the Yellow Pages asking for a room by the name of their manager. And like hours into calling every hotel in the Yellow Pages, I was put through. And the brother of their manager picked up the phone, couldn't believe what I had done. He said, dude, you called every hotel in the Yellow Pages. That's fucking awesome. Like, would you like backstage passes? So I was 13 years old. I got my picture taken with Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx backstage at their concert. And it represented,
follow through is amazing.
Yeah. It represented the first real thing where my dad, because all my dad ever wanted was for me to be tenacious and to be passionate and to really go for stuff. And I didn't ever do that in school. I was always in trouble and shit. But when it came to meeting Motley Crue, I was ready to I was ready to move some mountains, and I made it happen. And then, I would say that I'm a stan when it comes to Motley Crue.
That's great. I was told before we started you had or you do have a list of a bunch of celebrities' email addresses, and you would email them on the regular?
Rad email list?
I did that. Yeah, that was fucking the lowest point in my life.
What was that? How'd you get the emails, and what were you sending them?
It was it was towards the end of my run with drugs and alcohol when I was at my absolute worst. And I was basically broadcasting my downward spiral in real time for weeks and months leading up to my intervention. And I had compiled a list of, there were a lot of celebrities, there were a lot of media outlets, there were high-powered agents, anybody from the entertainment industry or media. Who was influential, and had the misfortune of me coming upon their contact info, was on this list. It was about 200 people on the list. And it was, and everything that I sent, on a daily basis, and it could have been anything. I would be feuding with someone, and I would be it would be a video of me snorting drugs or or some shitty fucking rap song that I recorded, or just generally fucking awful, disturbing shit. And it was just nonstop inundation right up until the very end. And I called it my rad email list. And it when I got sober and sort of the fog cleared enough for me to realize like what a douche I had become, it represented the fire under my butt to put in the work of recovery.
Everyone has their motivation story. That's great.
Right.
Does Steve-O consider themselves an introvert? So I guess the question is, are you introvert or an extrovert? Sometimes it's always tough with these ones. Because
yeah, I wouldn't say I'm very introverted, no.
Yeah, because you derive energy from attention, which I feel like is inherently interpersonal.
Yeah, I mean, evidently, I'm pretty outgoing.
Does Steve-O have any specific turn-ons, which post-sex addiction?
So this is a turn-on, like sexual turn-ons.
Well, doesn't no, not necessarily.
It needs to be sexual.
What? Yeah, I guess at the other. So let's just
food
augment it.
turn-ons.
Other than attention, and other than, I guess it could be something in sex. What gets Steve-O going? Like, what gets you real revved up? So I'm gonna say yes, he has some, and then
I mean, I think that I get I think the most important ingredient in being fulfilled, and I think that fulfillment is a really great sort of focal point for everything. I think that enthusiasm is the number one ingredient to having a good life. Like being turned on is the ticket. Like I always tell people, it doesn't matter what you seek to accomplish. It really only matters like how fucking bad you want to accomplish it. So like what you choose to do is secondary towards the level of enthusiasm which you employ towards that end.
100%.
So yeah, like do I get turned on? Fuck yeah. And if I'm not turned on, I'm useless. I'm utterly. And my dad said that many years ago about me. He said that when Steve really sets his mind to it, when he's turned on, like there's nothing he can't do. The problem is that's a fairly narrow slice of the pie. Like I'm really good at pulling shit off when I'm turned on, and if I'm not, like I'm just fucking useless.
It seemed to have worked out for you.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. Yeah, and for the stuff that I just don't give a fuck about, like I put people around me who can reliably handle it.
Yeah. I mean, I know you say you don't want to have kids and you have a vasectomy, but I think about being a father a lot. And, as I think a lot of people will fantasize what their kids could or what they'd want them to be good at. And all I give a shit is that my kid wants to be great at anything. Whatever it is, just have a passion for it. I don't care if I like it or have an interest in it. I just want them to want to have a passion.
I think that is common sense. I think anybody would want that. My concern is with all the alcoholism and addiction and just fucked up shit in my genetics. There's a lot of discomfort that's going to come along with anyone who I bring into the world, and then the bigger issue for me is the world that I would be bringing them into, because particularly just the wealth disparity is just past the point of being cute or funny. Like the fact is that we have a dwindling level of opportunity that's just not fucking at all cool anymore. When my parents went to college, a university diploma meant placement in a career of their choosing. The people I went to college with, not so much, but it was helpful. Now it doesn't mean shit except a bunch of debt, and like people are fucking struggling out there. Like it's like I wish that Bernie Sanders was president. I wish that everybody paid fucking way more taxes, because I don't want to drive through the city and see homeless encampments everywhere I go. I can't fix it, and all I know is I don't want to fucking create a person to try to navigate this bullshit. I don't need it on my conscience that I created a person to fucking struggle and suffer.
Yeah, I guess. But what about like the Wild West or the medieval times?
I mean, I guess, I had this conversation with a guy who I've known since we were 9. A guy who's, a pediatric surgeon. He's fucking genius. He went to Brown University with a 4.0 and then went to Cornell Medical School. And now he's, he's invented like ways to operate on unborn babies in the womb. He's like the most genius fucking guy I know. And like we were like best friends in like 4th grade. And he's the only guy, or he's the guy I've known the longest. And his family comes from Sudan. And I used to spend all my time at his house because my house was a little crazy. And, I would pray to Mecca with the guy who's a, Muslim family and whatever, that's besides the point. But I said to my buddy Abdullah about how, like the opportunity in the world. And I don't want to and his response to me was really profound. He said, in Africa where there's starvation and disease, like poverty, like, do you think people are any less happy? And my gut instinct, my natural reaction is like, fuck yeah, I think they're less happy. I think that they're fucking super less happy. And he said, no, they're not. And intellectually, I can grasp the point he's making is that what is actually the basis for happiness is the capacity to love. Like love is the thing. Like we're here to love. Love is the fucking answer. Like love is what it's all about. And you can take away someone's health, their livelihood. You can like make them hungry, but you cannot take away their capacity to love. And by that measure, one could argue that happiness is available to everybody, no matter what. But at the same fucking time, dude, I got a real problem with. Yeah.
It's an imperfect world. But like you said, it's all about relationships and love.
Sure. Yeah. It's all about relationships and love.
Has Steve-O ever volunteered in the last year? I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I bet he's done some animal shelter, something. Animals.
Yeah, I mean, with sobriety, we do that shit all the time. So, that's like the whole deal.
All right. Final question. Has Steve-O ever been cheated on?
Definitely, yeah, but like I never had a relationship that was really worth shit anyway until the one I'm in now.
Does that scare you? Or do you do that, or does it make you...
did it scare, like, I don't know, like...
now that you value this so much...
Yeah, I mean, if I were to come across someone who was like a really, good person who would have been great for me, like it would have been a waste of time because I would have been useless for that person. Mm-hmm. So I had to put in a great deal of work to sort of become eligible, for that, It's not finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person, Yeah. Like, so I had to become someone who could be in a healthy relationship, and that's where I put my focus.